We're live and this is a test. We're trying to see if this is gonna work, and most likely it will. Hopefully, we'll see. You know how it is, what it ain't, what it do, what it ain't, what it do. You already know. Well, this is your go, the one and only DJ Baby Blue Diamond.
We're gonna go ahead and test. We're gonna go ahead and start.
It's a test. We're gonna start. This is your go, DJ Baby Blue Diamond. We got
your fella.
It's your boy D, aka Mr. Live Baby. Five.
And I am the. Oh, I'm sorry. We are the Where You At podcast. You know I'm joking. If you do not know, last week me and D were out on the streets of San Antonio.
The streets
of San Antonio. You know, networking. We went to Jack's Potato. You can see that food video on our Instagram. We also went to go to Poke's Place by T Poke. We posted one part of the video today, and the next part we're gonna post it tomorrow. Go ahead and check out the food.
Right.
The baked potato was good. The loaded baked potato was good with the scrimps.
Yeah, what did you have?
I had the scrimps, the cheese, and the chives with a little bit of ranch dressing. Ranch. Don't judge me on that. I love ranch on my baked potato.
No, I eat ranch on my own food.
And then at Poke's Place we had the tacos, which was good. He had to have the hot sauce. Yeah, the Louisiana hot sauce. I don't know why. But the tacos was good. And then we had the French cinnamon toast crunch cheesecake. Also good. And then we also went to
Scooter
Bangs. We had the cheesecake. Not cheesecake. Cheesesteak. Chicago style cheesesteak with the mac and cheese with bacon on top.
Right.
Good food. So make sure you go ahead and check out those places.
Bomb Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid was good.
Add the sweet tea with lemonade. You know, I have to keep it simple. I don't know.
I don't know what kind of fruit punch and lemonade. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was. You said it was good.
Yeah, it was.
That's like a diabetic heart attack.
No, it wasn't even that sugary. I think they actually measured it.
Okay, that's good.
When you're in an establishment like that, you gotta measure your stuff. You can't be
just doing whatever.
Yeah, because at the house I just pour. I know how it looks.
I've made lemonade. I made
the eyeball test.
I haven't made Kool-Aid since I was little. What makes Kool-Aid? You stop making Kool-Aid when you get to a certain age.
No, you don't.
Because your palate is supposed to
No, it doesn't.
Mature.
It don't. That's why people eat noodles until they get older. Because noodles just you find different ways to make your noodles.
I thought people stopped eating noodles because they got money.
Who told you that?
Once you get that money, don't you stop eating noodles?
Who told you that?
Isn't that why y'all eat noodles?
Not necessarily.
Oh. I thought you eat noodles.
Shit, you get more money, you can buy more noodles. You can start getting boxes.
No, I think when you get money, that's when you start adding the crab to your noodles. Like,
yeah, people.
That's what it
is. I would not do that.
When you get money, you start adding the shrimp and the crab and lobster.
Yeah, no. When you eat noodles, even if you got money, it just basically spreads. You just make it.
What's the craziest thing you added to your noodles?
I don't go wild. I just maybe chips.
What's the craziest thing you added to your noodles?
Chips. Yeah. I mean, like,
what kind of chips? Doritos?
Like barbecue chips.
Barbecue chips.
I did hot Cheetos.
Not barbecue chips.
We don't know.
I don't know what that is.
She sound like the dude off of Waterboy. You know what I mean? Ba.
What up, Amzai? Thank you for
this. Is a test, Amzai. So we're gonna.
No, we're not gonna end it. We're gonna keep it going. I like this.
Okay, this will be the title.
Because it's doing good. Because I feel like if we ended it and we
started again, it's gonna mess up.
Yeah.
I was on my phone the whole time, thinking we tested.
It's all good. We still talking. It's all good. But
terrible.
That's weird. So yeah, we went to a couple places. We also stopped by Exotic Munchies. I had Hypnotics mango tea, which was always good. You had the Latin lemonade by the Mac. That's dope.
That video is up too.
Make sure you go to Exotic Munchies for all your exotic snack needs and all your gorilla drink needs. What up, Mickey?
But make sure.
Thank you.
Make sure you get us up. You know
for the Where You At podcast.
The best damn drink out. You know.
It really is. If you think we lying, we have a witness. Me and D were at the Slap Fest. If you missed the Slap Fest, you missed out on a dope event. The cars was dope. T-Poke was out there killing it. Hypnotics out there killing it. Troy was out there killing it. All the artists who performed killed it. I've seen a lot of artists perform already, so I know they killed it, even though we missed the performances. But this lady said that she went to Exotic Munchies and tried 4 different gorilla drinks. She didn't say what flavors, but it wasn't ours. But she had 4 different Gorilla drinks, and they were all nasty. And she tried ours in front of our face, and she said ours was good.
Yeah.
So go ahead and get our watermelon lemonade Gorilla drink.
You know what I'm saying? Hit either one of our inboxes, man. I currently got them all right now.
So you can hit up D.
But I'm gonna be here hopefully till Monday. I'm still waiting on some paperwork.
D and Travis will deliver. I ain't delivering unless you deliver something else.
If I deliver,
I'm not delivering.
What
I'm
you
just
mean?
saying. If I'm taking a lift to your house, there's a reason. It ain't just for no Gorilla drink. Just saying.
Even if it's a chick?
No, I ain't delivering the chicks. If a chick, how about a Gorilla drink? Okay, D and Travis will hit you up. We'll deliver it. They got you. Not me.
We gonna mail it. Meet me at Walmart parking lot.
78.
Right.
78 or Foster? Which one?
I'll walk to the Walmart on 78.
78 Foster. The neighborhood Walmart right at the top one. We got you. But July 24th, we have the Back to School Teachers Mixer. You know what that is? That's for all teachers. Anybody working in the education field, actually. We want you to come out, meet some other educators, have a good time. We're going to do some giveaways, give you some school supplies. Because, we always think about the kids, but the teachers need love too. The teachers are the one that watch the kids and teach the kids and make them who they are. So we want to do something for the teachers, a little give back to the teachers and say we appreciate you for doing what you do. Dee's wife is a teacher. My mom taught for 39 years. My older sister taught for a couple of years. I work in the education field. So, Travis taught too. So, all the educators, whether you teaching now or you taught before, we appreciate everything that y'all do and did do. And, F and F too. F them kids too sometimes. Thank you, Mickey Street, for posting the Facebook link. So go ahead, check that out. That's for the event. We have Clifton. That's one of the comedians that's going to be doing a comedy set. Him, not the DJ is going to be on the 1s and 2s. It's crazy. Sometimes people ask, how come I don't be on the 1s and 2s, even though I'm a DJ? I like to enjoy the event.
You was at the first. You did the DJ for the first one.
I did.
You did DJ for the first event.
Oh, I did. Epic. Yeah, I did an Epic. But I like to enjoy, but I didn't really get a chance to enjoy it.
Right,
I noticed that. That's why, because I like to enjoy the event, be hands-on. If it wasn't for that, I'd be on the 1 and 2. I taught all these DJs everything they know. No, I'm joking. I did not. I wish. I did not. But
we need to get her scratched.
Do you use
I do not scratch.
Do you use traditional DJ equipment, or are you on laptop?
No, I have turntables. But I don't have the vinyl like Hypnotics. But I do know how to use them. But I don't have those.
Oh, so now they got vinyl.
Yeah, those are expensive to buy and to take care of. People don't realize that. You have to clean it a certain way every so often, and they're expensive.
Oh.
And the way my life is set up, yeah, I ain't got time to do all that.
We need some freaky in here.
I know to scratch a little bit. I'm not the scratch like back and forth like.
I mean, I know because chopped and screwed is technically that, right?
Yeah, it is. But I know how to scratch a little bit, bring a song in, but I'm not the type to just scratch up a whole song.
It's just a style of scratching.
It is. But we have that event coming up. We have a couple of topics, but I think tonight they said they want to talk about me, which I don't know. I guess our ratings gonna go up if you just talk about me,
Who said that?
Y'all might know. Y'all might find out that Blue is boring as hell.
I might got some stories to tell. Hey,
all your stories involve stuff that everybody's been probably. It's the little things that you would think a black person would have experienced.
Like what? What's one thing that you feel like every black person should have experienced? Not the typical, I call them hood stuff. What's one thing that you feel like every black person should have experienced?
So on the last one, you said you have never.
Every black person should have experienced a fist fight.
I feel like everybody should have experienced a fist
fight. My wife even had one on the river.
That's how I feel. I feel like
my wife is not violent. She's not even a violent person.
I feel like if you have never been in a fight or been hit in the face or hit in the mouth, you don't know what the concept. I feel like you don't understand what the potential consequences is for saying the things that you say.
And I think you've been bullied. You never fought the bully fight.
Yeah.
You think I've been bullied?
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Not you in general.
Oh,
I'm saying people that haven't gotten
bullied.
a fight, I think they was bullied and they never stood up to the bully.
I've never been bullied.
I have. I was bullied.
I think the only person I've had has been in fist fight is probably my older brother.
I don't think I've ever
No one
been
else.
bullied.
Fist
I
fight.
was pretty ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Travis were just talking about this yesterday, right? Was it yesterday?
I think so.
Well,
I think so.
Y'all was ready to fight?
No, about we was talking about like altercations and stuff, and I was telling him like all my fights that I've ever had was basically because somebody said something about my mama.
Oh yeah.
So,
Is that still relevant till nowadays?
As far as like somebody disrespecting me, I don't know. I don't think not in my case. I wouldn't. Oh, I forgot about the light. Yeah, we good. It's good.
You know these dogs need all the light. I
I
know
was sitting there looking at
y'all
something
looking like
different.
who's talking on the mic. You can't see nobody's D. I'm
I was
sorry,
like
my
something
bad.
different.
My bad. It's D.
No, all my fights I've had in
Wanna fight
my
me?
mom, but I was just swinging. I was telling Travis, I said, all my fights started because like we'll be cutting on each other,
And then
and
someone
somebody
say,
say,
"Well,
you
your
know
mama."
your mama, blah, blah. And then after that, I was start. That's all I needed to hear. That's all the ammunition.
If you tune in right now, we want to know you ever got into a fight. Let us know if you ever. I know y'all most likely did get into a fight.
I
Let
can't
us know if
believe
you
you
ever got into a fight.
What high school did you go to again?
I went to Jackson. But I'm friends with a lot of people. That's why. So it's weird. So like when I first get to school, I was friends with like the rappers that did music, and then in the middle of the day, I was friends with like I guess like the popular girls, and then at the end of the day, I was friends with the orchestra geeks. So I had like 3 different groups I was friends with. So there you go, it's better. I had 3 different groups that I was friends with. So like I guess no one really messed with me. And then because I already knew somebody older too, I guess no one just messed with me.
That could be.
I don't know.
I mean, that could be it.
And I think
I feel
probably
like
because
you
my brother
stayed-
too. No one messed with me because of my brother. Everybody knew my brother, so they're like, "No, we ain't gonna mess with you."
Oh.
Well, that could be it too.
That could.
Or
But-
if you just mind your bit, like, or you
Mind
stay
your
out
business,
the way.
stay
just
out of
the way.
trouble.
Do you?
Do me.
But I think sometimes even when you do that, sometimes
People do still
shit
try to
just
pick
come
at you,
towards you.
especially.
because they know that you quiet and they feel like they can get over it.
Yeah, that happened.
I think that happens. I think that happens more than people standing up to bullies. I think the reason why they probably get bullied is because they're the quiet one.
Because we are the quiet one. Let me share this
I mean,
line.
that could be the case. Like I said, I never really.
Telling Mrs. Perry, she said, "I'm not fighting. Period. Say what you want, Mr. Perry. LOL."
And I have. What I just said, I've said to her over the years because she's never had but
she's never had a fight either.
Nah, she's never had a
See,
fight.
look, we in the same.
But
boat.
I do feel like, but like my wife has a mouth on.
Oh, yeah.
And like she
I do
can
too sometimes.
but I know but I feel like she can fight. She talks shit with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she makes you think twice about whether you really want to step to her like that because how bad she talking about you. Because if you think about it, if somebody is willing to stand there and talk that bad about you, they
probably can get down.
Right, you feel what I'm saying? Like if they really sit there, but at the same time, like she was never like anyone. If she ever did somebody like that, it's because she was defending herself, like with her words and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because she don't bother people. She don't bother nobody.
Right. Yeah.
But for her to react like that, and she be like I'm ready for you. If I was ready for you verbally like that, imagine if you stepped in.
Physically.
Yeah,
She
you feel what I'm
ready.
saying? So yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I can fight. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm very petty.
I think everybody. Okay, in my personal
That's
opinion,
not bad
I think
habit.
everybody can fight. I think some people are just better at fighting. Like I think when you get into a fight, if you see 2 girls fight, it's hair pulling and that kind of stuff. But that's just the way that they fighting. Versus if you fight another chick that had training,
no, I
she's
thought
not gonna
about
be pulling your hair.
I never got into a fight, but I got hit.
You're gonna be pulling her hair, but she's gonna be uppercutting
I got
you.
hit twice in the face.
So you got beat up.
But they snuck up on me.
She got bullied.
They snuck up on me. No. It wasn't in high school. It was back in This is my older days.
Man, I've been fighting since.
They snuck up on me. They snuck up on me, and I'm gonna let you know it's at Epic Bar. Snuck up on me.
Oh, that's why you don't.
It was
be
an artist.
Okay.
No. I didn't like Epic Bar before that.
An artist.
I didn't like Epic Bar before
You
that.
got stomped
artist
out
that
Epic Bar.
goes to Epic Bar did it.
No. Yeah, that performed at Epic Bar. So
A chick?
the chick. So let me
Wait a
tell you
minute,
the story.
time out. So somebody that performed there stomped you
No,
out.
she didn't perform that night. She came up there specifically for that. She waited outside the whole night. She didn't pay the $5 to get in. She knew I was working the door.
Oh, so she waited for you.
The
She waited
whole
hour.
night.
Yeah, she
was waiting
wanted
for it.
you.
Oh yeah, she was ready.
So she fight me over
Dude,
over a dude
what else do y'all fight?
that I didn't even sleep with. That we were just friends over a name that I had and he had before we even knew each other.
So did you lose or did you win?
I didn't do nothing. She snuck me.
So you lost.
So I lost. She came up to me and snuck me. It wasn't like
Did she
I knew
knock
she
you
was
out?
coming. No, she knocked me out.
So what was your reaction?
She had stuck me 2 times and I couldn't do nothing because before I could hit her back, the security guard pulled her out.
I hate that.
So I was like, okay.
I hate that. Yeah, like.
So she comes in. So
they grabbed the person who was hit.
So I was gonna try to.
Yeah, I don't like that.
This is
like,
crazy.
let me get mine
and then
back.
I was mad that I was dressed up. So I was dressed up because usually when I work the door, I dress up because you get more tips and men most likely gonna pay the door. You dress up. So I was dressed up. I had heels on. I took my heels off, put my sneakers on. I was gonna walk out the back. I knew she was waiting for me. I was gonna walk out the back. But before I get to walk out the back, I was gonna walk out the back with somebody I knew. She came in and was just like, "Oh, so you're blue?" And then boom, boom, and then the security guard moved out. I was just like, "Oh,
so she did the dude. What's old dude that hit Kobe?
Chris Child.
Yeah, she did the Chris Child.
Yeah, I'm like,
a quick little 2-piece,
So I'm letting you know now.
A
lot of these artists, DJs, rappers, they have significance by their name. They either got called that when they were little.
Right.
Somebody's cousin called them that. I don't have a significance with my name. I just needed a YouTube name at the time. And all the baby girls was taken. So I just made up a name, Baby Blue Diamond. Then when I became a DJ, I just used it. I have no significance with my name. So I came up, so that name, I had that name forever.
She was fighting you over that name?
Yes, because, okay, if you don't know, there's an artist out here.
Who?
I ain't going to say that.
No, say the name.
Nah, you might know who it is,
Where
but I
you
say the
at?
artist name. No, I'm about to say, you might know who she is when I say the artist name. You
Okay.
might, because you know artists. So there's this artist out here named Boy Blue. He does
flyers.
Most people know him for flyers, printing
Right,
stuff, printing mixtape cover for people,
Yeah.
CD duplications, right? So his name is Boy Blue. My name is Baby Blue Diamond. We became friends over the name Blue.
Right.
I've had my name way before he had his name. Probably I didn't know his name like that. I spell mine Boue. His name is Bou. Apparently we became friends. She didn't like the fact that we became friends and both our names is Blue. She thought I copied his name.
Oh.
And then next thing you know, oh, you Blue.
I just want to let you
I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know now.
Look at Brittney.
Look at my face. If you tuning in, if you're the one that hit me and you tune in, I'm letting you know now. If you over a certain weight, I don't want you. I did not want him. He is over my weight limit of who I want. I'm letting you know now. He knows that. I tell him that. We friends. We cool like that.
How long ago was this?
I want to say maybe like a year and a half ago.
What?
Like we
While we were doing this?
Year and a half ago. Like we
would have jumped her.
Year and a half ago.
No.
2 years ago. It was before the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I think she also didn't like the fact that we have friendship tattoos.
Oh man.
But we got the friendship tattoos after she did that.
She don't care about that.
After she hit me.
I just want to, that's really dumb.
If you out there, yeah, that's dumb.
I'm gonna hurt your feelings real bad. Horrible defense mechanism.
Exactly. I'm just letting you know. So yeah, I got hit right here. It hurt, man. I remember that time. I remember DJ Boo took me home. I remember that night. At the time, I was talking to an artist named Ruffian.
Never heard of it.
Man, he's a street thug, man. I don't know where these street thugs be finding me, man.
See this? Go ahead, because this is gonna lead to another topic.
I'm trying to figure out where these street thugs be finding
This is
me.
gonna lead to another topic.
Dude, man, he was a nice person, but dude, I just can't. I need someone with a regular job. I can't do the street life. I feel like my life is in danger.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
Even with the
that's why I broke up with him. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I just remember that.
So let me ask you a question.
I'm gonna mad that I was dressed up.
Like
if you gonna hit me, wait till I'm like comfortable, so I can like
ask you a question on your picks.
Oh,
so I see a lot of women that say, "Man, these men ain't shit." But then when you ask them about their exes, all their exes are basically the same people. So what's hurting? What's stopping y'all from going outside of that?
Nothing. I would never say all men ain't ish. Now I can say the men I've dealt with on ish because I picked those men though, not because But
I
not
think
all
it's-
men
So
are.
you
But
keep
you
picking
can't go
the
outside.
same type of
I've
dude?
been outside my comfort zone before though, and dated someone that was good.
What happened with that?
We broke up because he felt like he wasn't where he needed to be in life at the age he was at. We both around the same age. He still lived at home. He felt like he should have been
Y'all,
better.
never mind.
So he wasn't like.
Never mind.
So he felt like he shouldn't be dating anyone right now.
Okay,
He
Travis,
wanted to be better.
Travis, as a man, I can see what she's saying, but I also see what you're.
Because I'm still at home.
Yeah,
I
was
get
about to
it. We
say.
both did the same thing, which was crazy. So he stayed with me. So I met him through an artist friend that I know. I DJ'd their wedding. They're dope people. I met him when he picked me up to go to a gig. I was like, who's this white boy picking me up? And that's how we met. So we started talking. He's a cool person. Man, he's a cool person. Like, he's a dope person.
And
So do you still talk to him?
No, which is sad because he has one of my favorite Chicago. He has one of my favorite hats that says Chicago on it. But shout out to Big Steve who we found that hat for me and bought it for me. You know, real one. But
so you miss him because of a hat?
not a missing because of the hat. I just want my hat back. That's it. I ain't trying to talk to him and get back with him. I just want
It's
my
not
hat.
about that.
I
You
want
just
my hat
said
back.
you like, no, that's unfortunate. I don't talk to him. That's unfortunate because he has this hat,
That I want back.
not because
He's a
he
dope.
would-
I do miss him because he's a dope person, but I just felt like we vibed. I don't feel like the relationship was gonna go like further than us vibing. Like
So okay, so who ended the relationship?
he did the day after the wedding. After I DJ the wedding, but you know I was gonna be there. I think that's why he stayed. He didn't want to make it awkward. But I kind of knew something was up at the wedding when like we wasn't really talking much. He was like very distant. I was like I knew something was up. And the next day I was like, "What's up?" Like you kind of distant. And then he told me, he texted me. He was like, "Yeah,
You think he had somebody else?
I don't think so. I don't know."
Because that's a weird excuse. I'm not saying it's not a reason to break up with somebody. I'm just thinking.
But I think what
that's a
really brought back
weird-
memories was at the wedding. A lot of his high because the person that was getting married was someone he went to high school with. So a lot of the high school friends were there, and he saw how much further they were in life and how they had
Oh,
careers and stuff. I think that kind of brought back a lot of stuff too, and how he's just like he's a mechanic and like he wanted to be further. He wants to do more than just like because after we broke up, like I want to say like 2 months later, we kind of reconnected and talked back. Like just to check up on each other and stuff and all this, and he came over, we chilled for a little bit, and then it just stopped after that. So
Y'all
it was
had
weird.
one more session.
No, we didn't do nothing.
One wish.
No, he wanted the chocolate cake, but I didn't give him the chocolate cake. I kept
He's a mechanic. From my understanding, I could be wrong. Mechanics make some pretty good money.
They do, but I think he eventually wants to have his own shop, and he felt like he's not there yet.
You gotta work. That shit don't just come
Overnight.
Motherfuckers just don't hand you a shop. Like
I know.
he could have easily said, "Look, this is the situation I'm in right now."
I knew what situation he was in.
No, I'm saying this is what I'm saying. Like especially his pill.
Mm-hmm.
From the ice. Because I put like
a whole
2 bags of ice in it already.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, like, man.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you said what?
He could have at least expressed if he really still wanted it. Like people always say, and I think it's true. If you really want somebody, if you really like somebody, and you want to be with them, you're just gonna do it. Sometimes people use the situation as an escape to just get out the relationship.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily said, "Hey, look, I really like you. I can't really get as serious because I don't feel like I'm in the position that I'm in to be that serious." But then that could have been a talk that y'all could have had. Like you could have said, "Well, look, man, I understand because I'm in a situation too, man. You know, X, Y, and Z." That could have been something that could have been handled. Because if you talk to him now, he's in the same position. You're like, okay, so what have you been doing to change? Like you probably dodged the bullet. If he ain't did nothing to change his situation.
I don't know what he's up to.
I would never
I'm
compare
find
my
out. I'm
life
hit up
now
this
to my
homie and be like,
college
hey.
friends. I mean, to my high school people, I would never compare my life to them.
I'm gonna hit up my homie and be like, what you been up to? Yeah.
Hey man, City Boys up.
Uh-oh.
Hey man, I just want to give a quick shout out to my dog Tristan Thompson.
Uh-oh.
You a dog like him?
He is forever. If there's anybody that is playing their role of being in that part of that family forever that done got one of them daughters pregnant is definitely Tristan Thompson. This man got Khloe Kardashian pregnant again.
Uh-oh.
I thought Chloe was going with what's the name?
It don't matter.
The Scott Disick.
Who?
The Scott.
No, that was her
I saw-
sister.
I saw a story that says
Whoever she with.
no. I saw a
Tristan,
story that
obviously-
Chloe is now going out with Scott now.
They are not going out together.
Obviously, whoever
I
she's
don't think
talking to, Tristan is still banging.
They
Banging
just
and
talking to each other. Like my wife watches their new thing on Hulu. Like they live together. Like they together.
I can't stand the Kardashians. They're not my cup of tea.
I don't really have nothing against them.
I have nothing like against them personally. I love them. Like
They
they
just
buddy
good.
makers.
They
How
basically
to
just
them.
good at what they do.
They are. I just don't like.
They are
not my cup of
extremely
tea.
good at what they do.
Right.
That's a family full of billionaires.
Right. And they all no matter how much we see them disagree and all that, they all on one accord.
Mm-hmm.
If I
They
had,
got the same
Tight
mindset.
knit,
I'm letting you know.
family too.
Family business.
if I had
Mhm.
one wish, Ray J, you should have took notes. You should have took notes from the other Kardashian men, because you did a sex
Do-
tape
do-
and people,
do,
you ain't make it big. Everyone else in the whoever slept with the Kardashian knew their role and did what they had to do.
When did that sex tape happen?
I don't know, but apparently he didn't do what he had to do.
It was like 2007. What are you talking about?
As far as like what? Being able to make some profit off of it?
Like he made a little pop of it. People know who Ray J is, but compared to all the other Kardashian men that had babies and did other stuff with them, I feel like people know
Sure,
them
okay,
more from
all right,
the
so let's break
Kardashians
that-
than Ray J.
Okay,
No, I
so
think Ray J was Ray J before that.
Ray J was Ray J before.
No, I'm
that.
not saying he wasn't Ray J before that. But people know who Ray J was, but Kim got more success from the sex tape than Ray J did.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
see.
saying.
Well, yeah,
But if you
being
talk
a-
about
being
the
a-
other, but if you
being
talk
a
about the other
female-
Kardashian men, they've got just as much success as the Kardashians.
But
Ray J
here-
didn't
but
get
check-
as much.
no,
So he didn't
you
play
can't
his
say
role.
no. You can't say that either, because if you really follow Ray J is in the 9 digits with his revenue.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
saying he's
no,
not
Ray J
rich.
is
I'm just saying his
Like, he-
notoriety as people knowing him. People
But
know Ray J.
People know. People
Most
know.
time people see Ray J, they say, "Oh, you Brandy's brother."
That's gonna be
See, people see Kim. Oh yeah, you got the sex tape. You got this. You got this. You got this.
that's just like whenever
And if you think
whenever we
about it,
talk
Ray
about
J is
Kyrie Irving, LeBron name is gonna be attached to Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and then like when
It's
you
just-
think about it, Ray J is pretty much the king of reality TV right
Well,
now.
not
Yeah,
true,
he definitely in it.
Like he know how to monetize.
He gets
it.
that, yeah, he definitely knows how to get it.
That boy
and
ain't
he probably
stupid.
learned from that
Yeah,
situation.
Bro,
probably
but
taught
but
him.
think about it. Like your sister is Brandy.
right.
Reality TV ain't nothing but a more realistic kind of version of a sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Who had one of the top sitcoms in the world in the 90s? Brandy.
Me.
Oh,
With Moesha.
Me.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Moesha was bigger than Martin.
Up there.
It to a for
was
their
up there.
demographic for their demographic
Bro,
for their demographic.
You know, Maisha.
Because Martin was more of an
Adult and
Yeah,
Moesha
Moesha
like
more-
catered to preteens and teenagers and all that,
Exactly,
and college kids.
She was a BITCH on.
And on Thea too.
As a kid.
And Thea too. That's why that girl didn't. That's why that lady didn't want to work with her. So if you don't remember that TV show that had Thea, it was her, Jason Weaver, and this lady.
Oh
named Thea.
yeah.
And then
I know
also
you're
the
talking
girl that
about-
played
yeah,
Adele was on there too.
Yeah, I know you're
And the
talking
lady
about.
that played their mom said that she was a BITCH too, and so was the mom too, Brandy's mom.
No,
She
I'm
acted
not
like a
even talking
diva.
about personally. I'm talking about like as the character.
Oh yeah,
Moesha
that too.
was-
Too. Yeah, she was. Oh, she was horrible to her
Yeah,
friends
like,
and
when you just
everybody.
think of- when you watch that now,
Horrible,
like when
horrible.
you go back and watch it, you like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
she was real
She
snooty.
should have been getting slapped in her mouth.
Yeah, she
Moesha
was.
was a brat.
She definitely
Yes.
was.
Yeah, Moesha like.
Definitely.
I'm highly surprised nobody swung on Moesha, like nobody.
Yeah, that was definitely. She would have got put
And
out.
y'all on like, and it's not like they. If you think about it, I think because her daddy, like Moesha was well off, opposed to a lot of her friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you look at her house and then look at her friend's house and stuff like that, like yeah, Hakeem lived next door, but
He was there.
he was there all the time. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we never really saw how Hakeem was living, but I don't think it was like.
And they showed his mom.
They went
once.
to Crenshaw.
Yeah.
They went to Crenshaw High School. So it's like it
Which
wasn't
is crazy because they next door to each other.
Exactly.
But that's
he owned a car dealership.
Right, and then he with that even being, that's like that in real life too. You can have people that stay in the same neighborhoods but go to two different schools.
Right.
But it's
but they went to the same school, didn't they?
Yeah, they went to the same
school. They all
school.
went to the same school.
They all went to the same school?
Yeah, they all went to the same school.
Did.
I didn't even know Hakeem went to the same school.
But I'm saying he was always over. I don't think, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think she lived in the same neighborhood as everybody else.
Oh, as far as the crazy, goofy chick, the dark skinned chick, the one that was like kind of
and Kim.
No, yeah, I don't think.
Kim,
I think Kim, Niecy, and Hakeem, they all stayed in the hood.
That makes sense.
And I think Moesha was the snooty rich friend.
I agree with that, but that's also weird that they used to say that Hakeem was her neighbor.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that either.
I don't think he was her neighbor
giving,
like that because they was having like, it was him and his mama, and they stayed having financial issues.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Just like, okay, so where I met my wife at, her neighborhood is literally Lexus. It was called Lexus Scotland at the time. It was like literally, it was a new housing development in the middle, like smack dab in the middle
of the hood.
Of the hood, because like Mary Mac was over here, Seward was like right behind her situation or whatever. So if you everybody knew if you lived in Lexus Scotland, like you was doing, like your family was doing all right.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it could have been like how she's saying, like that, because she had a homeboy that stayed right behind her house on Seward. Had to jump the fence to get over there. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
So it's like it could, yeah. So yeah, it definitely could have been like that. So she could have been in Baldwin Hills.
Yeah.
But then right outside of that
was the hood.
Was, you know what I'm saying?
So
was
that
like
would
that.
Yeah, I would say neighbors. I would say yeah. That's that. But yeah, she definitely was a brat. She was a brat. But wasn't most sitcoms based around preteen? Wasn't most of those stars?
Yeah, preteen, teenage. Yeah, the stars of them.
Except for the Parkers, she wasn't a brat.
Hey, me and my wife was having this conversation the other day, and she brought it to my attention. If you look at the early episodes of Moesha, Kim wasn't that dumb.
No,
I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah, they did, because there was no.
And then it did the spinoff to the Parkers.
To the Parkers, and
she acted the
same way. She in college. But if you think, like, if you kind of look at it, Moesha was the studious one.
Yeah.
Right? She was the one that, high school paper, this, that, and the third. She was all about her academics and stuff, right? Niecy was actually pretty good too. Like,
she was decent. Good, she was just more the funny one. But Kim was more worried about boys.
Exactly.
Boy crazy.
She was highly, highly boy crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So,
but then it's crazy because even though in real life, Brandy and Kim, played by what's her name, Counselor Vaughn, can actually sing. They had Kim sing,
not no more.
And then they had, not anymore, but back in the day, they had Kim character sing and Brandy make it seem like she couldn't sing.
Right.
That was kind of weird too. So.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, most of those sitcoms like that black sitcoms, that happened. It was always that one considered the dumb one, the slow one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I can't even say that.
They even said it on Family Matters. They said that his character, Waldo was supposed to be a one-time character, and he wasn't that dumb when he was a first-time character. Then they brought his character back and made him. He said it on the interview that when he first appeared, he wasn't dumb at all, and he was supposed to be a one-time appearance. But they loved his character so much that they brought him back and dumbed him down.
Well, if you think about it, like every popular sitcom had, white or black,
Seinfeld had it too.
Yeah,
they all just like Fresh Prince. Hillary, she was the dumb one.
Hillary
Jazz
and
too.
Jazz.
Oh, Jazz too.
Yeah.
Well,
Now Jazz was. I wouldn't say Jazz.
Jazz was
Jazz
just,
was funny as fuck.
Jazz was just
Jazz didn't.
He was a
He was
smart
just-
ass.
Yeah,
I
that's
think he
all
was
it
a smart
was,
ass.
yeah.
smart ass,
he
and then your
was.
homie that never get the hint when you try to tell her something.
And Hillary was the
She was
the
ditzy.
blonde.
Yeah,
the,
she was like
the
real
ditzy. Yeah,
ditzy.
real ditzy. Yeah, I mean, but she couldn't be too dumb. She was worked on the damn Weather Channel, right? The news station, right?
News station.
Yeah,
So I mean,
she had her thing. She had her
yeah.
thing
So
about it.
I think, you always have those. But yeah, like Travis said, even black and white, it don't matter. They
They all got them.
even not girlfriends.
Friends got them.
Friends. Yeah.
Joey was stupid.
Yeah.
I've never watched.
But he made a lot
Seinfeld
of
or
sense though.
Friends.
He made a lot of
He made a lot
sense.
of sense though.
But it was just like the the character, the personality.
Like he was the one that'll say what, like if you having a conversation, the thing that's like not supposed to, like the unspoken truth. You know, you'll say it like if somebody's talking and they like find out like the kid is not there or something like that, and everybody's looking at each other like, okay, now we got it. He's the one that'll actually say, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that that's not his kid? Like you'd be like, why would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
He was one of those type of people, so I wouldn't even consider him.
I've never seen
dumb.
Seinfeld or Friends.
Not one episode.
Nope.
I damn near watched.
Every episode of Friends.
You would get teased.
Friends
for not-
is funny. Don't get it twisted.
Friends
Like
is funny.
we like
It's not
everybody
funny,
just
but it's not
everybody
living
just
single.
jumped on this whole like living
That
single
living single girl
thing. Like they just jumped on that like in the past like 10, 11 months. Won't nobody just really thinking about that consistently until
Wasn't it written by the same person?
yeah.
It was.
Was it Frazier? Leslie Frazier?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But I think it was like Living Single came out first.
Right.
It was called Friends.
It was called Friends
It was
first,
called
and
Friends,
then they switched it.
But no, I never just.
But these networks do like UPN and all of that, WB and all that. Like they do build their networks off the back of black actors and actresses, and let them shows build their platform to popularity, and then they'll sell it all.
Did you see that someone came out with an article and they said they apologized for not showing diversity in Friends, and they said, what if we created a show? And they said, what if we created a show, you know, similar to Friends, but with black actors and actresses and stuff like that? And someone was just like,
they did.
Living Single? They did.
They did that. It was at the same, like it was around the same
They're
time.
like-
I think, and I don't, for the most part, I really don't think black people got a problem with these all white sitcoms. It's the fact that y'all don't give the black sitcoms a chance. Like,
Even not just sitcoms, movies. I think Tyler Perry shows how when certain black movies come out, they tell you how many theaters is shown in compared to the white movies and how many theaters they showed in. You can go see Thor. You can go see Thor right now, and they probably be shown in like 3-4 movie theaters. You can go see it in movie 3,
Not
movie
Black
10,
Panther.
movie 9. But if you go to a black movie, it's probably gonna be shown in one theater.
it was a movie.
It was Black Panther.
Was it Black Panther?
Either Black Panther or the Black Holiday. It was Best Man Holiday. One of those two movies.
I think it was, or
They talked
it
about
was
Best Man.
13 Years a Slave. Was that
One of them. One of those three movies.
one of them? It was a dude I seen go to the movies and ask for this movie, and they said it was sold out. And then he bought a ticket to another movie and went into that movie theater. It was like 6 people in there, and it was like, why are y'all lying about this? But they didn't want it to. They didn't want it to make that kind of impact though.
Yeah.
I can't watch no more slave movies.
No, I'm done, bro. I've been done with that.
Man, there's a new one out. My mom was like,
I almost
let's go
don't
to the
wanna-
movie theater and watch it. I said, nah, we're gonna wait for it to come out on TV. Ain't spending no movie ticket
I
money.
almost don't even want to watch like you know how these biography movies
Yeah,
like with Billie Holiday, where Audrey Day played her and all of
Yeah,
that.
that was
Even
hard
stuff
to
like
watch.
that. Like I'm not interested anymore.
That was hard to watch. That one and the Aretha Franklin story. Oh,
like they
man.
don't never show. What gets me is they never, because even with those movies, they're not telling the whole truth. They still sugarcoating what they did. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's showing the stuff that they did when they cut the black woman's stomach open, take her baby out and use that for alligator bait. Like if you're gonna tell the whole thing, you might as well just put it all out there. But they're gonna try to hide it in the movies. They're gonna try to definitely hide it in the history books. So you definitely got to do your own stuff. I could have watched I started watching like it's slave documentaries, but it's about the positive things that came out of the situation.
Yeah.
So it will be like, okay, yeah, when they got freed in like 20 years, they had all these black communities. So I'll be watching stuff like that and how, the government tried to basically trick black people into like, or the laws that they made to basically keep slavery, valid. The
Like
whole
the
13th
Waterman,
Amendment
they
and
turn
stuff
that
like
against
that.
us, and that's why some people use it as a negative connotation.
The what?
The Waterman,
Oh,
black
yeah.
people selling it, and then we
Yeah,
was making
motherfuckers.
money off of
If
it.
you don't like
And
watermelon,
white
you
people
weird
didn't,
anyway.
and white people didn't like the fact that we were selling it and making money off it, so they turned it into a negative connotation,
Yeah.
and then went downhill from there. So
Yeah, they do that. Just like, think about it. The machine that picks cotton. Do you honestly think a white person came
why would they have
with
come
this
up with
fucking-
that? They
Right.
want these slaves.
It ain't go, yeah, you got slaves to do that. You ain't gonna make no machine to make their job easier. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I like Chico Bean. Chico Bean talk about that kind of stuff.
That's what they do. Black people
And
make this
Godfrey.
stuff, and white people get the patent for it.
Godfrey,
That's all it is.
And Godfrey We Trust, his podcast. I love watching his podcast, man. Godfrey always put knowledge in his podcast or comedy, anything. He dropped some gems in there. I seen one they was talking about Bruce Lee. He had an Asian woman on there. I don't know what knees she is, but she was Asian. And then another chick that was German.
I didn't know where he was going with that at first.
Nah, look.
It hit me like what he meant by it. I
Oh,
was
wait,
like,
wait a minute.
yeah,
He said
yeah.
knees. I was like, wait a minute.
I don't know what kind of knees. I'm like, bro,
Chinese,
bro, that is a quote.
Japanese.
That right there is an original. That right there is an original line
By
from
D Live
from
at
our
Five.
own
D
Oh.
Live
Live
at
at
Five.
Five.
What knees?
I don't know what kind of knees.
there was.
That's
And then
I've
Blue
never
talking
heard
about,
that in my
Blue
life.
talking about, yeah.
I'm like,
No, but they get offended. Chinese and Japanese people.
Yeah, they do.
You get them confused.
just like Hispanic,
Like, motherfucker, y'all looking like.
Hispanic and Mexicans, they get offended too. That's another story. But go ahead,
They
finish your
definitely
story.
do. But Godfrey was talking about how, they were talking about how Bruce Lee, in his movies, he fought racism between the Chinese and Japanese shit. So I never looked at it like that though, because when Bruce Lee was out, I was little. I wasn't even thinking like that. But now, like you say, you look at those movies now, and you be like, dang, these messages is in here. We just wasn't thinking about that, Just like we in the hood, we ain't thinking about racism. We just know it's a whole bunch of black people, Mexican people, and a couple of white people, and they tell you don't trust the white people. That's all we knew. The Chinese people, they had a whole store on the hill in our neighborhood. My papa didn't like them for his reasons, but yeah, I'm letting get some shit. We just come in here to get some Chinese candy and some pickles. And Lucas.
Man, the corner store, I guess it's called a convenience store, right across the street from Justin, had the best Chinese food.
I've never did Chinese food from a corner store.
I never
that's
did
not really something.
I never did.
I wouldn't recommend that.
I'm telling you,
I
the
wouldn't
one across from Justin is different. I'm telling you.
You
that.
said that before. I think you
they
said
went
that
by
before,
Chinese
though.
people. I'm telling you, it's fresh. It's not like your regular. It's actually a restaurant in behind the convenience store. They actually cook it there and everything. Like,
imagine going into a Mexican restaurant and the head chef is Chinese. What would you still order?
I don't know. That's no different.
What the fuck you know about enchiladas, man? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know, but there's a corner store.
But there's Caesar. I need Caesar back
There's
here.
a corner store on the west side of San Antonio, man. You go, it's a mom and pop gas station. You go to the back and order you $1.99 cheeseburger, and that cheeseburger is bomb.
Now I would get from a corner store. They got those little spots in there where you can buy the food, like you saying.
Yeah.
I would buy like it's a place right there in Windcrest that I showed you. What's that, O'Connor? Right?
Yeah.
It's a place they got some bomb chimney strips. When I used to work at Amazon, I used to stop there every time I had that route for my lunch break. Get some, and they fries taste like Popeyes fries. Oh man, it's just that you gonna have to shit at about an hour. At least me, I can't do fried food like that, but this shit was good.
When you said that, man, that made us think of one of our sponsors. Shout out to one of our sponsors over there, Exalted.
Exalted Cuts.
I was about to say that, but Travis sent us something. Man, I have a friend.
I always do.
I have a friend who
Bro, I
always
seen
says that
that
he's
about
gonna
4
cook
years
that
ago. I
cat.
never forgot it, dog.
I have a friend that always says he's gonna cook his neighbor's cat because his cat just want to like attack him. He's like, I'm gonna cook that cat one day. But shout out to our sponsor, Exotic Cuts,
Oh, yeah.
off of Randolph Boulevard. Shout out
PZ,
to PZ, A&B Easy, and the other guys that work there. I'm sorry, I don't know your
Mister,
names.
you know
But
who
make
it
sure you
is.
go out, Mister. You know who it is. Make sure you go out there. And also, he's having an all-white party
Oh,
on the. Ooh, I want to say it's the same day as our event. Let me double
That
check
was like the 20.
because he sent me
Oh,
what
20.
day it is. Our event is on the 24th. It's the 22nd. All-white party on the 22nd. So make sure you go out there. He's gonna be performing Black Mexico. Mr. No Hook is gonna be performing as well. So that's gonna be a dope show. And this is a chance for you to wear your all-white suit that you've been wanting to wear that we didn't want you to wear.
I probably.
His all-white suit. Ain't got all white, so I'm gonna show up in gold. I'm gonna be the one to show up in black.
Well, so
But make sure you go check them out if you need a dope hair. If you need a haircut, go
we definitely
go check them out.
And we do shirts.
They do shirts,
jerseys,
all of that good stuff. So make sure you go ahead and check them out.
And so Brittney Griner, man.
Why is she still locked up? That's the question.
So I don't know why, but I know one of the reasons we can eliminate is that because she's a lesbian. I don't think Russia gives a fuck about being a lesbian. Just me personally. I don't think it have shit to do with it. And I see this a lot. I see that
people
a
say
lot
that
in the comments.
Yeah, the
comments,
LGBTQ
like,
community.
I knew it wasn't
because she's
black.
black and because she's lesbian.
The black maybe, but not the lesbian part.
No, see, that's what I'm
the
saying.
goddamn law. That's why.
Well,
What-
yeah, that's
like
the
when-
main reason.
When
that she got locked up. But you think that's why they still keeping her there?
No.
Travis explained this.
I've already explained this. Can y'all in these sensitive ass groups, whether it's LGBTQ or BLM or whomever it is, I don't really care.
Booty lies, man.
You do not like just because you fit like whatever that person is on the receiving end of whatever fits or is a part of the community that you are in does not absolve you or that person from using common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she broke the law and she got locked up. Then
She
what's
didn't
the next
break.
step?
She just didn't break the law. She broke international law.
Yeah, she broke international law. They locked her up. So what's the next step? Like she can't go to court. They can't give her a court date.
No, she done pleaded guilty to it.
She pleaded guilty.
And then we can't dictate how they do their people over there. They can't do that to us over here. And we've been getting fucked over by the prison system since it became the prison system. So we can't complain. Oh, they holding Brittney Griner. What about the fucking thousands of people that's been locked up for goddamn a dime bag of weed? We just fuck them.
And then like everybody was all like, I said this last time too, when this first jumped off.
Yeah.
Everybody was on like, oh well, they let that dude go first. I'm like, first of all, that man been over there for a very long time, and they had just finally let him go. Now, and here's what. Hold on.
Sweet.
Shout out to my wife because she said it too, and this is where I first heard somebody say it. ESPN did not do Brittney Griner any favors.
Nope.
Not ESPN.
Nope.
Not the Phoenix Mercury. Not shows on ESPN talking about First Take.
Mm-hmm.
Not Fox Sports 1 shows like Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Anybody who has gave this any amount of attention, like, oh, y'all are part of the problem, because what has happened now is if y'all have kept it like what it was, kept it on, not giving so much light, Russia would not be playing the type of ball that they're playing. This person is value. She's a value to you. Okay, well, give us one of
our
valuable people. Oh, and this person just happens to, have casualties under his belt.
Right.
Yeah.
Was in the business of casualties.
But that's the business of war too.
Right. So it's like sports media.
Yeah.
And social media did not do this girl any favors. And stop talking. And I'm talking about her coach. of the Phoenix Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about her coach. If this was LeBron James, he would have been home. Timeout.
Yeah, I hated that. That was
LeBron.
an ignorant comment.
That was a very ignorant comment. Very ignorant comment. You want to know why? Because first of all, LeBron James is not going to go to. And I understand that, well, they got to go over there to make money and all of that. Okay, fine, whatever. I know it's unfair, but guess what? Like my man Chi Ali said, if you don't like spades, don't play cards. if you are a female ball player and the WNBA is your goal, you might as well get, and it's been like that since the 90s, early 90s at that. You might as well get it on your mind that you gonna have to do, if you're not one of the faces of the WNBA, like a Candace Parker, right, or a Bella Della Don or Skylar Diggins, all these different people
back in the day.
Yeah, if you're not anybody, Cheryl Swoop, Cynthia Cooper, all of them, if you're not one of them, Sue Bird, shout out to Sue Bird. If you're not one of them, you're gonna have to go overseas to make. It's just one of them. And Brittney Griner, and that's the thing too. Brittney Griner was a high school All-American coming out of high school. She went to Baylor, I think, and got a national championship or two. But the thing about it is, Brittney Griner is not the face of the league. Diana Taurasi, right, and all these different, they are, because you got to be some sort of marketable, and Brittney Griner is not marketable.
She came in and got supremely tatted right off the bat. Not to say tattoos is bad, but like Travis said, you got to be marketable. If Cheryl Swoops would have did that, it would have been different, because Cheryl Swoops was already marketable. They would have just probably tried to spin that in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that with Brittney Griner it was different. And then I just hate the LeBron comment. That was and then what really bothers me and what really pisses me off though is these sports, all these ESPN and all that. We're watching y'all to talk about sports. If y'all gonna comment on Brittney Griner's sports stuff, cool. When it comes to politics, I don't care about your opinion on that.
But it's kind of, but that's the thing. I know it's kind of hard not to, especially when the subject is in the industry in which you work. Right. They couldn't not talk about it, but
I think they can talk about it.
There was a way, and there was a certain.
Everybody don't have, like Draymond Green be saying, just because you can talk about it, don't mean you should be talking about it.
Exactly.
Especially if you're not gonna get on here and educate the people about what really happened.
Exactly. Like you're not like I've watched this go down ever since it became, worldwide news, right? Yeah. Before it became, public to everybody. All these sports shows that come on early in the morning, or even throughout the day, but specifically early in the morning, because those are the flagship programs, right? None of them have mentioned her breaking the law.
No, they're not.
They're not like she's in this position. And nobody can sit here and say,
like, we just want to lock you up.
Yeah, they're trying to make it seem
that's what I'm saying. And my thing is this: she's not the only chick that have been overseas playing ball. So you can't say, oh well, it's the WNBA's fault because they're not getting paid enough, this, that, and the third. No, them other girls ain't take no vape cartridges over there.
No. She brought all of
that. I thought, because the story was before, she stayed back,
right,
and tried to leave with it. Like she had a plug or somebody over there and tried to leave with it. No, she left the States with it and flew over there with it. They was waiting on her when she got there.
She was the plug.
Why would you? I said this before. When I have no issues with people smoking, I ain't got no issue with marijuana. I think it should be legal. But whenever it affects your income or your livelihood, you have an issue.
You see how Stephen A. ain't said nothing about. Remember how he's been on Josh Norman? He ain't said nothing like that. He ain't said nothing like that.
Because they told him You know the LGB is in this.
Come on, dog.
If you say anything,
Man, you know,
we own your ass.
Come on, man. This is Disney we talking about.
I just
Disney
wanna-
will snatch that contract and rug up under Stephen A. so fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Say something left.
Definitely just made a good point.
What?
Definitely.
We're gonna read this comment by Mrs. Perry. She said, and it was stupid, and it was a stupid crime. Like, girl, they act stupid. I mean, in your own country, why would you go into Russia like that?
And Europe basically is a no. They don't have no tolerance for it.
What did I tell you the last time that we had this conversation? From my experience living overseas, they are waiting for an American to do something that they ain't supposed to be doing. They are waiting for that.
Definitely did it at the wrong time.
Exactly.
And the timing of her doing it was all effed up.
All effed up. All effed. Now you want the people that you're warring. You want the people that you're warring against to have sympathy.
Exactly. And then my thing is, it was like, oh well, and I'm not even talking about the timing of the invasion, because
I don't think that happened yet.
No, it hadn't happened yet. You going into a country where really both countries are beefing with each other silently.
Right.
Russia and the United States got plex with each other. Why? If anybody is waiting for an American to slip up to do something they ain't got no business doing, it's them.
And then, like you said, I think your wife said it too. If they would have just worked it out behind closed doors, hush, instead of having everybody pushing, you got to think about the art of war. If an opponent, let's say somebody take people hostage, and then but nobody like they call and say, hey, we want 500,000 for that, and they be like, all right, cool, we ain't got it, so do whatever you gonna do. Boom. Now I ain't gonna say they're not gonna do nothing, but they're gonna probably be like, we can't get nothing for this. You know what I'm saying? What they did is the situation over there. They can literally give her however much time they really want to. Hey, shit, we can do it.
Girl, they can give her at least 10, at least 10. And to be honest with you too, even though she pleaded guilty, they can still drag her through a trial.
Yeah, still be like, all right, we're gonna at least do 2 years.
Yeah, because our process, because we don't know what it is, you still got to go through this, and you still got to go through the sentencing of that and all of that whole process. Even though she already pleaded guilty.
Even here, our judicial system is just as fucked up. You could be in jail for a year before you get to see the judge.
But I tell you this, I don't think if this was reversed and Trump was in office, I feel like
I think Trump would have got him.
Trump would have got out, yes. Because like Trump is a businessman.
He's a businessman.
He's not a politician.
Yeah.
So he doesn't play by politician rules. Joe Biden is like he's a politician to the core.
Yeah, he definitely.
And he is not going to negotiate. It's like we asking for a basketball player back.
Yeah, they want to kill her back.
Y'all want to murder her back? Like, no. Like
they gotta understand, man.
She gonna have to sit down.
I hired him to kill people.
Like she gonna have to
that person back.
Yo, Brittney Griner gonna probably have to sit down. She might have to.
And I just want to say this is not,
and it's unfortunate.
It has nothing to do with her being lesbian. Let's erase that shit.
Or black.
She fucked up.
I just want to say shout out to Radioactive Podcast for tuning in. They're one of the podcasts that's going to be that's with us on the back to school event. Shout out to them. Voices of V, the whole story, and If This Mic Could Talk. Shout out to them. I also want to give a shout out to Overtime Hustling, the new issue that is out now. We are in that new issue. The Where You Ask podcast got a page in the Overtime Hustling. Already hit them up, so we're gonna try to get some magazines ordered. So definitely, if you Overtime Hustling, hit me back up on the Instagram so we can get those issues ordered. But yeah, we are in that issue, so make sure you go ahead and get you a copy of that issue. Dope to see us doing big things, carrying big things.
This gonna be my second magazine that I'll do.
Really?
I was in yours. The U3.
That's total.
I was in that. I had some.
This will be my
words.
This will be my second issue of Overtime Hustling. I was in one issue of Overtime Hustling. This is my second issue of Overtime Hustling.
One for your DJ as a DJ.
Yes, as a DJ.
And then this one is a podcast.
As a podcast.
That's what's up.
So shout out to
Moving
them.
on up. Shout out to SUC Big Pokey, man. Shout out Big Pokey, man.
The Big Po-Yo.
Big Po-Yo.
Shout out to them.
Oh, real quick. Shout out to my man at Take 5 Oil on Marbach.
You remember his name?
I'm trying to. What's his name?
Jacob.
Thank
Jacob.
you.
Oh,
Shout out to
Jacob.
Shout out to Jacob at Take 5 Oil on Marbach. So I'm sitting in the. If anybody has a Take 5 where they at,
right?
I know y'all. Shout out to everybody that listen to us outside of the state, outside of the country, because we got fans everywhere.
Right.
I just want to throw that out there. But for everybody that knows what Take 5 is, it's just like Valvoline. It's oil, you know what I'm saying? You go get your oil changes and everything.
You don't have to get out the car.
You ain't got to get the car. You just pull right into the back.
And they give you water.
Bottle of water. Good water, too. So, yeah, because I got my bottle of water today.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, because I know when you pulled up.
I pulled up. I was like, yeah, I probably should have took this water. Because when I turned my truck off, I didn't expect it to be that hot. Like, I didn't expect that. So I was like, dang, I was really I was regretting that. So I'm sitting there, and I'm on the phone with D.
Yeah.
We chopping it up, we talking, and there was a car beside me. They were done. They had been in the bay, before I pulled in there. So they were leaving. They left. So my man Jacob, he's guiding, they guide you in and all of that. I don't know what happened, or what the driver was thinking, but he mashed the gas. And I hear the rev, and then I hear somebody go, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I look over, and it looked like that truck was coming through the finish line to the point where Jacob almost jumped on the hood of the truck to get from.
Poor Jacob.
But I feel like that wouldn't have mattered because the way it
would have threw him off.
It would have threw him off
right.
into, because if you ever been to that Take 5 on Marbach, it goes that there's a hill, there's a slight
see, the one I
slant.
go up.
So when you're going in, you go up, but when you're coming out, you go down a little bit. At that one, it's not like a up, it's not a straight through. It goes down. So where he was standing at was already at elevation at the peak of the slant.
He would have tumbled.
He would have went in the Marbach. I guarantee you he would have went in the Marbach. As fast as dude went, he had to stop. I only laughed because Jacob and everybody else laughed. Because everything was cool. Like, he was actually pretty cool about it. He wasn't mad. He ain't cuss dude out.
That probably ain't his first time.
None of that. He was like, oh man, it's all right. I would have just dove in the street or hopped on the hood. I'm like, man. So shout out to Jacob, man. Like,
Jacob, man. Take 5 on Marbach.
That man is an athlete. He gotta be.
I just remember Travis was just like, whoa, hold on, D, hold on real quick. And he was like, hey man, you good? You good, man? He was like, oh yeah. He was like, man, shit, that goes. He said it was like,
man.
Yeah, like it was.
Shit.
That would have been ugly.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good at all.
That would have been ugly. Man, that was one of them things. Like, you ever it's stuff like that where people kind of just randomly have their phone out from time to time, and they just happen to catch something like that. That would have been the perfect
time to catch
something like that.
Yeah, that would have. I mean, the outcome, would have been good. The other outcome, I would have deleted that shit. I don't need that shit in my phone.
Nah,
I would have been like, delete.
Yeah, I ain't trying to watch nobody.
Nah, you accidentally might hit that one time, scrolling through the phone. You're like,
yeah.
Damn, Jacob, no.
And the police been looking for that evidence.
So what was you doing, sir? Did you know the person?
No, I just happened to have my camera.
Another thing that we was talking about. I don't know if you experienced this, but we said racism. Did you say you haven't experienced that?
No.
Yeah, see.
You haven't? You said? And that's beautiful. I don't feel like you necessarily need
But it is an experience. I think we was talking
Yeah.
about. I was talking about the Oklahoma incident, and you was showing me the picture of your homeboy.
Oh, last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was in Ada. I think.
Yeah, that happened in Ada, Oklahoma.
Yeah, so that was one thing.
That was 2004.
I don't know if it's anything. You said you ain't never fought back before. You did get in a fight.
Man.
What the,
But guess what? But guess what? Karma is a bitch because that night she got into a car wreck and almost died.
Oh shit, that's
Karma is a bitch and got her.
Oh, but she shouldn't have died over 2 months.
No, she didn't die. She got into a bad wreck that night.
Would you ever be happy? I think
I wouldn't have been happy.
I don't know.
But
Why you just said that?
No, I'm just
no, really.
I wouldn't have been happy if she would have
Right.
died. But Karma is.
And she would have showed up to the funeral with her
Nah, I
petty
would
ass.
not have showed up.
Her petty ass would have showed up like she was consoled, like, oh, I feel
Nah.
like she shouldn't.
And then had the nerve to try to hit me up for an interview on U3.
Let's bring on here.
I'm like,
Try to hash this
We
out.
should, we should definitely do that.
Just to see what happened, man.
Yeah, like just to see like the conversation.
No, we good. We don't talk. We don't.
Who is it? Does she do music?
She does.
She raps?
Oh.
Yeah, she tried to hit her for U3.
Oh yeah, she could have sung.
No, she raps.
Did she rap?
She calls herself singing too, but
what she sound like? Because I think I know what you're talking about.
Like a Bushido.
Was she at the showcase?
What showcase?
At Epic?
Which one? There's a lot.
The one that just flew them got
No.
cheese.
Yeah.
Hey man, I want to say this.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
she's dope. I think dope people.
Before we go, man, I want to say this, man. To everybody that's putting these showcases together, I think I seen Hypnotic talk about this too. These showcases is trash, man.
Trash.
Like, let's either stop doing it or let somebody else do it.
Then Hypnotic post something about who was it?
He was
posted
at one.
No, I'm saying like
I was at one too.
Oh, yeah.
He posted some. I forget. I'm trying to remember Yoda.
Oh, Yoda posted about his
situation. Yoda posted.
I didn't see it. I think
he had problems with the DJ, and the DJ knew him.
Played the wrong song or some shit like that. Yeah,
and tried to tell him that was his right song. First off, everybody knows Reasons by Yoda. That's one of his main songs.
That's my shit,
man. Everybody knows Reasons. Everybody knows Bread. You know certain songs by Yoda and certain artists. You know, like everybody knows Godzilla by A.B.Easy. Just certain songs you know. Everybody knows Flu song with KG. Everybody knows KG. That's certain songs you just know by these artists by the first beat.
Yeah,
you just know. Like then as a DJ, you just gotta. I don't know. I feel like I get it. As a DJ, we do a lot when it comes to these artist showcases, but you just gotta just be on it. You just gotta.
Yeah, whoever that DJ was don't need to be.
So I had a feeling who it was. I ain't gonna name names. I have a feeling
you drop names on the show.
But no, so the last show.
Well, you asked. If I asked you, you supposed to tell me.
So the last show I was at with me and Hypnotic, man. So I was supposed to be a special judge, right? I go there, they asked me to be a special judge. I show up and he's like, "Oh, we ain't got no host. You want to be a host? I end up being a host." I was like, "Cool, I don't mind being a host. That's easy. Call names all day. Boom. Hypnotic on the boards. I'm a host. Those DJs, we in this. We got this, right?" Hypnotic's on his ones and twos, P's and Q's. He got everybody music right. Doing what he's supposed to do. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Some judge decides out of nowhere, after 10 artists didn't perform, decide to get up, say, "Oh, you're going to perform one song. Why do you need to the second artist that? Why you wait till 10 artists in?" Because somebody's show set short. The girlfriend got mad, throwing chairs, let's start a fight.
Oh.
It was a lot. Yeah. I had
what was it?
It's I ain't gonna name the club because it wasn't the club's fault. It's the promoter's fault.
What? The club you don't want to go to?
No, it's a nice club. I like that club. It's not the club's fault. It's black owned.
Oh, I think you told me about it.
It's a nice club. I ain't gonna name the club because the club was nice. It's not their fault because they didn't book they just booked the show. They didn't know the show was gonna be like this. Sometimes when you book shows, you never know how it's gonna turn out because it wasn't like you can look at the flyer. The flyer was decent. It wasn't like a ghetto throne show. So you never know. Like you can look at flyers and tell what kind of show you're gonna have sometimes. And yes, as a graphic designer, I do judge your flyer for your show. If you ask me to pull up to your show and I see your flyer, I'm not coming. If it's a mess, I'm not coming.
Hey man, I see the picture. They had Lizzo doing the splits with her laying on her back doing the splits. They talking about somebody needs to fucking stop. That shit look like this in between her legs. Why is that?
Fam, stop, bro.
I'm done with you guys. I am done.
What is that?
Man, before we go,
Chill. Relax.
What is that shit?
Nah, that's nah.
So before we get out of here, I just want to let you know.
Well, you.
No, I'm calling on my hard working women. If you want a place to go out and chill tonight, you want to let loose, come meet me at the Grove off of Top of Line. It used to be called Bill Goggles. I'll be in the mix for Working Women Wednesday. So all you hardworking women, come out, get you some drinks.
Is it ladies' night?
It's ladies' night. Working Women's Wednesday, ladies' night. Come out, get you some drinks. They might have food. I'm not for sure, but it's free to get in. Like I said, your girl will be in the mix on the 1 and 2s, killing it like I always do. So that's a dope spot to come and chill and check out. Y'all want to give out some thank yous? Shout outs.
Shout out to my wife. She graduated this weekend. You don't come by.
Okay, congratulations, Mrs. McGarity.
I'm going down in a major way. Getting that master's.
Oh no, I'm not allowed to tell the story online.
What?
About you having what's name pick me up.
Oh, I'm okay.
So, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to D, right? Talking about D say, oh yeah, I can pick you up Saturday. We have extra room, the whole family. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah. And then his cousin talking about, oh, I'm at the crib. I can come pick you up. I'm like, nah, I don't think this is a good idea. Insisted, I'll come pick you up. I got room in the car. I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I got room. I was like, nah, I'll be safer going with D. But he's like, nah, cool, just go. He got room in the car. If you never met James, people know James. If you never met James, man.
Yo, can't fuck with Creek, bro.
So he gets in the car, right? So the first thing,
straightforward.
So the first thing he says was, when you gonna let me hit?
She should have known.
I said, dude, this is not that kind of party. You said you're gonna take me to the event. That's it. I wasn't here for the extra stuff. He's like, cool, whatever. So he had to go pick up his kids some food. So we automatically taking a detour already. I'm just like, I'm in this car a little bit longer than I'm supposed to. So he's asking me all these questions, telling me his sexual experiences. I ain't gonna go into details, but that's his business, right? And all this. So what would it take for me to do this and this and this and this? And why you acting food, quiet, this and this? And he asked me all these little things. I'm like, dude, it's like I know you from Epic Bar. You was the security guard. People said 2 things about you. You a hoe, you do hard drugs. He was like, nah, I just do a little cocaine there, not hard drugs. You don't mind. Pulls it out. Does 4 little hits in the car.
He tells you this. He ain't like he's like
straightforward.
Ain't like he's like hey man.
He told me what he tried and what he didn't like. How I don't know if I really want to go into this much detail, but how he has a little toy.
He did not just pull out a bag of coke.
Not the bag, a little bottle.
Or a little vial or whatever it was.
Put it on the key.
And then toot and just like in
mid conversation.
Yo, man, coke heads are funny as shit, bro.
Cat Williams moment. It's a Cat Williams.
Yes, I can see you.
No, it's a Mimi moment.
We're gonna do the movie with you.
It's a Mimi moment. If y'all don't know who Mimi is, we know who Mimi is. It's a Mimi moment. She had the moments a lot. You ain't been around.
From I didn't know that.
On that?
Yeah, all the time.
I didn't know she was drunk. I thought she was just drinking.
All the time, man. Yeah, you gotta be around enough.
Hey, I don't want to put that woman business out like that.
If you can afford it, I mean, because that shit ain't cheap. So if you can afford it, then it is what it is. I can tell nobody what to do with their business, but
yeah. So yeah, that was the weirdest moment.
He had a whole bottle. He just drank his Hennessy. He just had a bottle drinking straight out the bottle.
So he drops me off at the event, right? So then he calls talking about, I don't know, he said he's going to the corner store, he'll be back, whatever. And then he's like,
yeah, because you remember I said he left.
Yeah, he went to the corner store. Somebody said he was coming back. And he was like, he really kept saying, what would it take for me to hit it? So I just made up some BS story. I was like, man, you got to get tested. Some BS story. Because you say that to most guys, you got to get tested. They kind of back off. Some guys do, some guys don't. Thinking he would back out. So when he called, talking about he's at the corner store, he's like, can you look at a place to see if I can get tested? I was like, dude.
Hey, man.
I was like,
You put something out there that was very achievable.
clearly.
You gonna show up. You gonna send you a text message. Hey, look,
Clearly,
got them
so I was
papers,
like,
man,
when
you know
that
what I'm
time comes, I'll find a place, but it ain't coming now. So then when he called back the third time, what did I do? I get it from the D. I said, here you go, D. You got this. And he didn't come back. D ended up taking me home.
Blue, you
D
gotta
ended up
you gotta
taking me
stop
home.
running from your future.
That is not my future.
Like
the future.
that's what you gotta
That
stop.
is
You
not
gotta
it.
stop doing that, man. You
That's
missing out
not
on
my
blessings out
future.
here.
That's not my future.
That could like you could be
My future
running.
might be a barber. You might be someone that smokes weed or something. But that's not it.
What
That ain't my
your future is?
Well, you said your future could be a barber that smokes weed.
I'll say he might be a barber, or he might just be someone that just smokes a little weed, but not the coke. I can't do the coke. That's a little too much for me.
That's a lot. I never do. I've only seen one person at my job.
Like I can handle
something.
drinking.
It was like
I don't like cigarettes. I can handle drinking. I can handle weed.
I can't do cigarettes.
I can't do cigarettes, and I can't do the coke.
A woman smoking cigarettes is one of the most unattractive things ever. Like
to me, men doing that too, especially when they do it a lot. Now, if you just do like, let's say you do one.
Some people just need.
That's what I said.
Hit,
like sometimes they do it like, let's say they did it at 6 and then they don't do it again until 8.
Because you got some people that smoke cigarettes that don't buy packs of cigarettes. They just.
That's what I said. They just keep it. But then there's some people who do it like 605, 610. I'm just like, no, that's
the funniest cigarette smokers at like on the job are the most hilarious, especially when they got that little 5-10 minute break.
Yeah,
it's cold outside.
It's cold outside.
Yeah.
They take 2 of the longest
drags.
Hardest drag. And then run back.
I hope he halfway. He's like, God damn.
Hey, bro, like,
yeah,
ash be that long.
That was just my.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When we was younger, me and my homeboy, I used to steal my grandpa's cigarette butts, and we used to smoke the cigarette butts. But we didn't know about inhaling. So then my homeboy was like, "Hey, nigga, my uncle got some weed, and my papa he got cigars." I was like, "Okay, cool." This is our first time ever smoking weed, nigga. I almost died because he was like, I swear to God, we probably messed off an ounce because we never inhaled. We were just smoking it. And then finally my homeboy was like, "Hey bro, I think we supposed to like inhale." I was like, "What you mean?" Like when you like smoking, you're supposed to like hold it in and that's how you get high. I was like, "For real? Like, all right, cool, we can do it." Nigga, I almost died. I almost coughed up a whole kidney. That nigga talking about, "Here, drink some water." Nigga, this water is not gonna help. Nigga. I can't breathe.
It's not. But yeah, that's crazy.
But
you already know. It should go.
Man.
Did we touch everything?
We did.
I think so, yeah.
It should go DJ Babe Blue Diamond.
And it's your fella. T1.
I'm gonna cut his mic off. I'm gonna cut
It's
his
your boy
mic.
D, aka Mr. Live and Five.
If we are the Where You At Podcast.